This video is going to teach you how to make a river valley in Bryce. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our mountain. Lots of things start with mountains, actually. Now we're going to edit it. I showed you before how you can go here and click there to edit, but you also can just click on this little E. It'll save you a couple steps. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure this is set at the top, and we're going to make this pretty big, our brush pretty big, and we are going to make this guy all white. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to erode the edges a little bit, just by clicking on it quick, so that the edges of my river valley are not straight like a block. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink my brush to the widest thickness of what I want my river valley to be. And I'm going to move this down just a little bit. And I'm going to make the beginning of my river valley. Now we're going to keep doing this step over again, making it smaller, a little bit lower, because a river valley is cut out by generations of water running through it. So it's generally wider at the top and narrower at the bottom. You could also make a canyon this way. I'm going to do probably one more. I just keep following the same path. And you can see that I've cut out a pretty substantial river valley there. Hit my check mark, and there's my river valley. So I'm going to straighten it out so the edge is towards me. And of course, in order to have a river valley, you need water. But right now, this is not looking very much like a river valley. It looks like two little mountains out in the middle of the water. So I'm going to first take this, and this is going to start moving my camera. Don't do this a lot. Sometimes you guys start moving your camera around, and the next thing we know, we cannot find our way back to what you have actually drawn. This is your camera here. Don't touch it, don't move it, okay? So I've got it so that I'm looking at a top view of my river valley. I'm going to go to edit, and I'm going to start making my river valley bigger so it fills the screen. And I'm going to stretch it back. Again, trying to fill up the screen. And this is going to take some maneuvering on your part to get it so that it fills this space well. Almost there. There we go. So now I've got the beginning of my river valley, my water going through. Next thing I'm going to do is, obviously this gray is pretty boring, so I'm going to go to edit, and I'm going to go to planes and terrain. You've got all sorts of things you can choose from. It's really up to you what you want your river valley to look like. Maybe I'll see about spring wildflowers, see if I like that. Sure, that's fine. So I don't need to see the whole thing, so I'm just going to stop it. Next thing I want you to do in your river valley is I want you to put some trees in your river valley. I want you to put 3 trees in your river valley. So we've got 1, 2, 3. And I want you to put 1 tree in the background, 1 tree in the foreground, and 1 tree in the middle ground. So I'm going to go to edit, and this is my move tool. This one I think I'm going to put in my background. I'm moving him over like so. That one I'll leave in my middle ground. This one's going to come into my foreground. And I'm going to render it quick so I can see, render it quick so I can kind of see where my trees are. This one's in the water, no good. That one just needs to move a little bit to the side, and this one needs to move up a little bit. So I'm going to move this one back a little bit more, and maybe down just a little bit, because it looks like he's floating. This one, I can't remember what it was, so I'm just gonna grab this little spray can. I'm gonna do just this little bit. Okay, so he was hanging off the water a little bit, so I just need to move him over, like so. And we'll check it one more time. This, by the way, is called ray tracing, and what it's doing is it's going through, looking at every single pixel and deciding how the light bounces off of it, how, if it's transparent, if it's reflective, how does it look in the water, and then it's going to go through and it's going to make it more perfect, and then it'll go through again and make it more perfect again. I don't need to spend time watching this go. I already know this is the way I want it, except for this tree root right there. So I'm going to move him back just a little bit more. Check with my spray can, just that little piece right there. That looks pretty good. Now, I don't want 3 trees exactly the same, so we're going to start changing our trees. So we're going to go to here, and we can either click on the edit, or we can click right here, and we're going to get our tree lab. And in our tree lab, we have all these different kinds of trees that we can choose from, which is pretty cool. So I don't really know what all these trees look like. Maybe we'll do one as a weeping willow. And we're going to give it more leaves, give it lots of leaves. We're going to change the trunk thickness. So just play around with this and you get a feeling of how this is working. Shape, I think we had said that this was a willow, which I'm not seeing again. So we're going to change the shape to, I don't know, what happens if we make it a magnolia? Ooh, let's see what that looks like. That is a very different tree than what was there before. So now what I want you to do is I want you to change it so that all 3 trees are different from each other, different types of trees. And if you decide you don't like it, then go back and re-edit it.